Gary, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, dude. Never, I'll never get used to that. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Making sure my volume's working. Yes, I am at home. We're going to have a good stream today, but it's been a little while. And I feel like I owe you an explanation. Basically, I've had a lot of weird stuff going on. So it's the end of the school year. That's why I'm home today, actually. My kids are going to be coming home, and I need to be here for that. I had to get another car. Maybe had to is a weird way of putting it, but I got a new car. Now I'm good. Are we back? I'm back. Oh boy. I think Myrtle's taking over the stream right now. I don't know what's going on. So at the bottom right of my streaming PC, it just said OBS disconnected. I've never seen that before, but it just said OBS disconnected and then it reconnected. Oh, as soon as I mentioned Twitch, first Necron, are you in here disconnecting me? So basically I had the wrong schedule. I will be better. I will hit my schedule. I will not be an hour late. So thank you guys for the hype train. You guys, I don't deserve it. I'm being a bad streamer. So sorry about that. Anyway, we're gonna have a good stream today. I got a fun plan that I think that you guys are going to enjoy. Basically, I have never used static buildings. So we're going to be trying out static buildings with the zoning blocks. So with this, we should be able to take this area right here and do the one thing that I couldn't do before, which is have offices in here. The other thing is we might be able to find a death care solution that actually resolves all of this craziness because we also have service blocks. So we're going to be doing a little bit of cheese and a little bit of fun nonsense over here to try to make it look as good as possible. But before all of that, did I get a new EV? I did. So I don't know if you guys had this experience. If you're married, every car that's ever been mine is eventually not mine. And my wife took my Mach-E, and one day she drove it and she said, "Oh, wow, this is actually a really nice car." And then eventually she said, "It's my car." And then I was driving her car, which was an SUV. And I just don't like SUVs. I don't like large SUVs. I don't like gas cars. Like once you've driven an EV for a while, it's really hard to go back. So I saw that the Hyundai Ioniq, the lease deals right now are absolutely insane. Basically, you can lease, like if depending on the version that you go for, between $159 and $300 a month for a lease deal. And American dude doesn't like SUVs? Yeah, well, so it's a crossover. But so I ended up getting the Ioniq 5, which so far, I'll say it's been the best car I've ever driven, which is kind of wild. You stopped buying trucks because your wife dibs them? You have a gas guzzling 2024 Traverse? You know, to each their own. I just personally, I feel like once you've driven an EV, it becomes really difficult to not drive one. They're just not all that nice. You got an EV6 GT. It's so nice. Project R. That's basically the same car as mine, from my understanding. What do I say? What in Hyundai? You know, I'm gonna blame that on my grandparents. I feel like they always Hyundai, which is not the right way of saying it. So, but yeah, the Ioniq 5 is dope. I love it. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. So that's what I was doing last week. I thought I could get in and out of there relatively quickly. I didn't schedule a stream as a result at the time that I was going to, and everything was done with the exception of actually paying, or cleaning the vehicle. So I put my deposit down. I did all that good stuff. I signed the paperwork. And they were like, there's a line to actually get the car detailed. So I just sat there, and I didn't have a vehicle at that point. So just like, I guess I'm waiting until it's done. You want an EV, but you don't have the capacity to add a charger in your garage. Your house is so old. Yeah, that is one of the tough things. And honestly, if Lenny, dude, thank you for the contribution to the Phil Now Has a Lease Fund. Seriously though, thank you for all the gifted subs. That's super generous of you. Super nice of you. Yeah. So EVs in general, I would say if you can't charge at home, you should not get one. But if you have the ability to charge at home, then they're fantastic. I mean, I'm gonna miss going to Quick Trip, but not so much that I wouldn't want an EV. If you were renting, you get an EV in a heartbeat. Yeah. And the prices now, because the demand for EVs has cratered or appears to have cratered, the deals are just ridiculous. I mean, I could not believe that when I saw the price. So I very happy to have the EV. Yes, you see palm trees. We looked and Rome has palm trees. We're not going to overdo it, but we have some. No palm trees in historic centers? Ocarina, you're telling me that people can't plant palm trees in historic city centers? They can. They can. Quick Trip is life. Quick Trip is love. It is. And I really hope that Quick Trip doesn't have its EV grants revoked, because they're supposed to be getting a whole bunch of fast chargers. Cord, QZ. You guys, thank you for the gifted subs. Jay Collins, thank you for the tier 1. Blind City Builder, thank you so much for the tier 1. Both of them are at a year. You guys, Jay Collins, Blind City Builder, thank you so much. Who's your howdy? Who's your howdy? Thank you so much for the 5 months of Prime. I was just in Indiana. It's great. Use this Prime sub to fix the internet. I'll do my best. Zerdum, thank you so much for the tier 1. The problem, so at home, they don't prioritize my internet. And that's why when Master Plan Music was running out of my home, it would just like go down like every night at 2:30 in the morning. And I have no idea why that's happening, but it just feels like my business class internet. Now, I actually have AT&T fiber. Imagine having fiber and it not being 99.999% reliable, like they say. It is 99.999% reliable that it will disconnect at 2:30 in the morning and randomly throughout the day. It's lovely. But besides that, the speeds are so good. And it's just, it's completely changed my world as a content creator, being able to upload a video in 3 minutes. When I had a Spectrum, miserable. Like it would take me 2 hours to upload a video, and then 2 hours to upload a video. And then I would catch an error in that time and need to stop and then re-upload. Yeah, Spectrum's trash. They're the absolute worst. And the worst thing about Spectrum, Hemet, dude, 49 months as a city administrator, 50 gifted subs on YouTube, and the super chat. Thank you so much, man. You are just wow. Seriously, dude. Thank you. Yeah, so I had Spectrum, and when I moved, that was actually one of the requirements, is if I'm going to be doing this like full time, I need to have internet that isn't trash. So when we looked for our house, that was one of the things. It had to be within the fiber service area, because I was in a donut. It was a donut, and it was just like 2 blocks where I had fiber all around me, and my house just wouldn't get it. It was terrible. You had to drive to the VA hospital for appointments, and the new Master Plan Music album made the new the long drive worth it. Gary, I'm happy to hear it. There's gonna be a new one, 2 of them. Hold on, I'm gonna look to see if I have a release date for them. Oh wow. Oh, I didn't realize that. The new Master Plan Music album released yesterday. That's amazing. It never showed up for me as releasing. So Gary, thank you for letting me know. I had no idea. There's another one that's also uploaded, and I just got one back yesterday. So cool. Well, Astro, I will get it uploaded after stream, because it's not uploaded. I didn't know it was releasing. I thought I was gonna have a release date today, not that it was gonna be released yesterday. So I guess my publisher's on the ball. So yeah, I guess hold on. I can play it. You guys have already heard the songs, but now I guess I can play it. There we go. This one. It's out there. So I'll get it up for download soon. Cool. Mohammed, again, good to get the subs. Thank you so much. That's super generous of you. Camphor, thank you so much. Siebert, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Lenny, thank you for the biddies. Before we get started, a couple more things. Zerdum, thank you so much for 10 months. I am the one who knocks. Thank you for a year, dude. Siebert, thank you for the biddies. Lane, thank you so much for 14 months of tier 1. Been busy working on your submission. I look forward to seeing it. Lucky Rant, thank you so much for 8 months of Prime. Greg, thank you so much for 17 months, dude. That's so crazy. Komrowski, 16 months, dude. LP Burrows, 6 months. You guys are insane. Well, Vlad, thank you so much for the biddies. Sam Bender, thank you so much for 2 months of tier 1. And from, well, I was not streaming. CIG, thank you so much for the Prime. Very generous of you. Will I be doing any more Manor Lords? The Cursed Crow, I will, but not until there's an update. And when the castle update comes out, I'm gonna for sure be doing more Manor Lords. This month, I don't wanna overpromise. Well, it's gonna be mostly City Skylines this month, but Friday of next week, I'm alone. And I've talked about, there's one of two things I want to do. We're going to have the new update. Actually, maybe I'll poll you guys for this. I might make up for not streaming by Mohammed, thank you so much, dude. 25 gifted subs on Twitch, dude. Thank you so much. One of two things next week. Damn it, dude. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Not 24, but very long. Very, very long. So one of two things. I would either start a city in Skylines 2. I just see how far we get. Like from start to finish, just to check the new update in vanilla. I'm really curious. The question I get all the time is City Skylines 2 worth playing right now? And I feel like the only way you can really judge that is understanding how vanilla is. So I could just wake up at 8 in the morning and play until I'm tired. The other thing is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And that is, Jam, hold on to that. The other thing I've wanted to do for a long time is play like 12 different city builders that you guys recommend to me. And I play it for an hour each, just to give you guys, basically do a tier list of city builders. So we just, for the whole day, play different city builders for an hour each. Maybe get like 12 of them in, and we'll do a tier list. It does sound fun, I think. So I'm gonna let you guys decide which one we're gonna do. And I'm gonna do this on Twitch. So if you're on YouTube, Twitch might be the place to do this. Next Friday, if long stream, 12-hour Cities Skylines vanilla. I guess I can't do that. Or 12 builders. No skewing the votes. You guys have 3 minutes. Yeah, you can't cheat. Yeah, it'll be vanilla. Just so that you guys know, I couldn't put it up there. And this is if it happens. Jam asked for the next Laguna Beach is. I just recorded it. I have to finish the intro and the city tour. The next 2 videos are gonna be Laguna Beach. So Laguna Beach, you're gonna get tired of Laguna Beach. Blue, thank you so much for the Prime. Natsu Night, thank you for the super chat. Am I gonna watch the Summer Game Fest today? That would require that I knew it was a thing. I was not going to, but I could. Doc, thank you so much for 18 months. How you doing, Doc? New Arc, thank you so much for the Prime. Rookie Thomas, thank you for the biddies. Can't find vote. Should be right at the top, Mehmet. Look at the top. That's okay. You're loving Laguna Beach. The next one we're finally. So I know that I had you guys vote for what the next episode should be, and you guys overwhelmingly voted for Chinatown. I couldn't make the story work, so that's why we did the mall anyway. And now we're doing the city services complex, and it's really like a downtown build. But what I did instead is I focused on really fleshing out the story of Chinatown, and we're gonna start talking a little bit about that in the next one. So it's gonna be fun. You vote, you don't care. Amazing, sounds very real to you. Story is important. I agree. The story is very important. Laguna Beach makes you think of El Segunda minus the whale murals. Maybe we need to put whale murals. Maybe that's what we need to do. Can you use Jay's custom assets on your Alba build? No, you can't. So I'll tell you the reason why I'm not allowing anything custom. Basically, I want to be able to open up a playlist, and just open up the builds and have them all work. So yeah, wouldn't work. If CS2 wins, I have to build on the Verde Beach map. Gary, just for you, I will give that strong consideration. I was gonna say yes, but I don't even know if that's any good. The other thing is I've been working on a map. Hold on. Before we start building here, I've been working on a map. So it might just be. This is another thing I've been doing in the background. No, not. I probably could have done this with you guys. But basically, I was born in Merrill, Wisconsin. It's a small town in central Wisconsin. I lived there the first 14 years of my life before moving to Rhinelander. I've always wanted to recreate the place I was born in. It's something that in the game, it's one of the things I really liked about city builders growing up is that you could recreate your town or attempt to do so and then try to improve it. That was what got me into planning, it just at the most basic level before I knew what it was. So I've decided that I really want to do this. So I've been using, and of course I don't have it in this mod set, but I have image overlay, and I took all the lessons from Alba and I've been recreating this. I've been trying to be really delicate and gentle with it. So a lot of work to do still, but there's a chance that I'd end up using this map as well. Just to see if it's functional. This is the Wisconsin River and some tributaries, and an area that means a lot to me and I'm very familiar with. So you think that's where Fire Monkey Forge is from? I have no idea. Alba map is fine but very hard. That means I've succeeded. A Rhinelander map would need CS2 to add the hodegs. Exactly. That's okay. Legitimately, I lived in 3 towns growing up: Merrill, Wausau, and Rhinelander. The reason I didn't want to do Wausau is I didn't have the assets for it. The reason I didn't want to do Rhinelander is you have to have the hodeg, and I don't have the hodeg, so I can't recreate it. When CS2 comes to console, you've been dreaming of designing a map. I have never thought about that. I don't even know how that would work, bluntly. Short of you could do a map. You just can do a height map. It'd be really, really curious. It's so flat. It is. Whoa, hold on. It is, but it's also not. So let me show you this. I'll just real quick. So trying to get my bearings. So I think this is where you go into the 6th ward. So I lived, actually, I have no idea. Oh, right here. So right here, this is the sledding hill. So like it's flat, but if you take the time, like there's supposed to be a water tower up here and then a sledding hill. And down here when I was a kid, this is where we would play football and baseball. So like, yes, it is very flat, but also it's not. And I think that's one of the things I'm really curious to see whether I can pull off or not is doing a real place like this justice. So we'll see. It's going to be, you know how I did the Real Cities Recreated a number of years back? Same thing, same concept. I want to do that once again. So 12 different city builders, 1. So you guys know what that means. If we do it, I'm going to need a list of 12 city builders. And I don't know if I'll just be buying them on stream, which I might be, or what. Are fairies added yet? Someone created a fairies mod. Yes. You need better texture shading? Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. Jablaka's in here. Jablaka, how's it going, buddy? Would I consider adding trams metro to Saguna Beach in the future? Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be taking Saguna Beach in a way that you're not gonna expect. I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of things you're not gonna expect. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Also, it's gonna be just much denser than I keep having people ask why I don't have a build with a lot of density. That is supposed to be Saguna Beach. We're getting there. It's already half the size. No. Now it's a third the size of Magnolia County in terms of population. It's getting there. Ocarina, you like to subscribe, but your credit card's not supported? Listen, subscribing, I appreciate. I appreciate all of the subscriptions, but I do not expect it. So just so you know, like it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna come back to chat but I want to explain what I'm doing, and I want to explain what this mod is. So this is Static Ploppables. If you've never used this, it basically allows you to search for a specific building and plop it, and it has no functionality. It won't upgrade. It's just a building. So in this particular instance, I should be able to search for Mediterranean heritage and find these buildings. So I'm gonna load this area up. Now the only unfortunate thing, and I'm curious to know if I can use Find It for this, I can't narrow it down by size. Like this is not super useful, if I'm being completely honest with you. Let's see. I don't see it. I don't see it in here. Okay. Static Ploppables with modular zoning blocks, so much potential. Indeed. This is interesting. I see Mediterranean heritage in here twice. I don't know why. And I have to select it both times. What's the difference between using Find It? So if I use Find It, I'm able to narrow it down by size. So this matters a lot to me when I'm plopping, because I like to identify specific buildings. I can also randomize it then. So I have the L key set up to randomize, and I don't see a way that I can do that right now. Which is unfortunate, and I'm just not sure if I'm missing it. Millwall, thank you so much for the tier 1. Hey, Lane Gandy, thank you so much for getting Ocarina, the gifted sub. Appreciate you, man. Ocarina, make sure you jump into Discord. You're in City Hall now. There is 2. One is normal, one is static. Okay. Okay, let's figure this out then. So I'm guessing just try this. So this is the pack option selected. And this one does work. Let's narrow it down to this, and it doesn't look like it changed to me. It did. Okay. You guys were right, I believe. So this bottom one right here, these are the static ploppables. So, oh, and you can see it right here. Oh, I'm an idiot. Guys, look at this. Static ploppables, Mediterranean heritage. All I have to do is select this. Okay. Have I tried Memoriapolis? Yeah. Memoriapolis is interesting. I really liked Memoriapolis before. I liked Memoriapolis before the release version a lot. I thought it had so much potential. And then in the final version of the game, I was actually getting ready to record a video. And you know how I said I will never make a video about a game I don't like? I really don't like the mechanic that they added. They added this mechanic where district factions will basically, they'll crash out and you can't control them and it turns it black. And it has made the game, for me, so not fun. And I hate feeling that way. I don't know why they decided to add this mechanic. I don't think it's fun at all. So yeah. The Twitch chat window is blocking. How's that? Better? Why do you put buildings that don't work in place of where functional ones could stand? Oh, that is an excellent question, and I should have answered that. The reason that I want to do this is Mediterranean heritage. If we were just to zone this in, Mediterranean heritage has medium density buildings, so we could plop those in. They've also got mixed use, I believe. Maybe not. Mediterranean heritage is medium density. And that's a problem. That means that we can't build an entire city with these buildings if we want to. However, if you have the modular zoning blocks, now I can take these and I can say, I want this to be a mixed use, high density commercial building, or mixed use commercial building. So I can just plop this in here and you can't see it because it's underneath the building. But there's the block. Now this block has 7 households in it. It will also get a commercial. It'll get a commercial building in here. I can add parking. So I could say, you know what? I want to have parking spots. So I'll grab this and I will build a parking lot. Let's say I want to place this right here. I don't know why you would do this, but let's just say you wanted to. Boom. Now people could come and park right in front of this. Or you could build a parking lot a block away. You could do whatever you want. You could add a garage as well. So one of the upgrades for this is adding a garage. So if it's a building that has a garage and you want cars to drive in, let's say we want them to drive in through this door. We place that right here. And now the owner of this block will drive straight into that area. So this is super powerful because we didn't have the ability to have a full array of zoning with this building style, and now we can. And I think where this is most impactful is, well, first of all, look at this. This is residential, office, mixed-use zoning. That's not even possible in the vanilla game. So now we can do that. This is now an office. I could also say that this one right here is a high-density office. If I want to set buildings far back, I could use one of these larger blocks. So watch this. So I'll set this back here, and I could grab this building, and now it could be way back here, and I could build a gigantic plaza in front of it. You know, like, this is now totally possible. This is not possible in another game. This is basically like, I think this is DLC level functionality, in my opinion. Like, do I want to plop every building? Not really, but I'm making a European city, and I kind of have to make it look acceptable. So this is the best way to do it. And there are certain instances where I think this is just super helpful. So yeah, this is, so this is 2 mods. This is Static Ploppables. So Static Ploppables allows you to plop buildings that you have in the game as just basically fake shells. So this will never upgrade or change, but you can recolor it, and you know that's what it is. It's a static version of this asset that I already have in my system. They have this available for everything. So whether or not whether you want vanilla buildings or any of the content creator packs or all the region packs, they're all available. The other mod is called Modular. Hold on. Modular zoning blocks. The other one is modular service blocks, and I haven't gone over that one yet. So modular zoning blocks is what I just used. Modular service blocks are sick too. So let's say I want this building to become a police station. I can plop this, and now I have a police station. I can add patrol car upgrades. I could, if I had it unlocked, add a helipad. I could add a jail, which, is that a transformer? No, it's actually a jail. So yeah, I could plop a jail. What else can I plop? Helicopter airspace. Oh, that's a height restriction. So it's like this for all of these, but the one that I think is probably the most impressive is this right here. Guys, this is Park Life. He made Park Life. It's a baby Park Life. Baby Park Life. So let's say I add a gate right here. Now I can add a park to this, a tree park. And then I can snap a hang around park. And a gym park. I can make the ugliest park in the world. A dog park. Some tennis courts. And an attractiveness modifier. Let's see what this does. Probably have to hide this in a building. Let's see. This made the park 10% more attractiveness citywide, 20, 30, 40. So this is clearly impactful. So if you guys played SimCity 2013, this is how parks worked in that game. And it's how they probably should have worked in this game. Super sick. Super sick. Yeah. Am I in Discord? Take a look at Canadian Moose's stuff, which is also on YouTube. Oh, yeah, I talked to Moose. I don't know if you're talking to me though. I don't think you are, Shane. Attractiveness modifier. You could use one of those. Me too, man. Me too. Hey, Glorious, good to see you, buddy. The other thing about this, we also have the leisure service block. I need to unlock this. But this is what I used in Magnolia County. And basically, this just gives an area attractiveness. So you can make your own and hide this in an area. So you can make a building a park. So I could say, all right, I want this to be a place where people go sightseeing. So now people will go to these little blocks and go sightseeing. So all you have to do to make these work now is where are they hidden? Where are they hidden? I need the invisible paths. I have no idea what it's doing. It's bringing me back to the new Static Ploppables menu and not showing me everything. Interesting. I feel like I'm encountering a bug, and it might be. That's curious. Landscape menu. I moved mine. So I used the mod to reorganize things, and I don't have it the same in all my builds because I'm a fool. So if I ever seem exceptionally confused, that's why. It's Segunda Beach. I don't want to add mods to it, and as a result, I have not reorganized things. But I think I'm missing the mod that gives me access to it. And for whatever reason, Find It is just like, it's done. It's not going to show me anything anymore besides Mediterranean heritage. That's it. That's all we're looking at from now on. Reset filters. Ah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. I needed that. So you'd want to find the invisible pedestrian path, and then you have to find where your service block is, which obviously I hit it in the building. That's not super useful. We'd have to basically run this back there. So that would be how you'd do it. So if you want to use these, they're so good. They're so good. Star Q just coming in clutch, doing things that honestly, like, I don't want to be this guy, but I feel like this is the kind of update. I feel like this is the kind of update, like, just to like make people happy, probably should come out, because this is super sick. Like, I mean, like the modular parks like this. I don't mean like zoning blocks. I don't think they're ever going to do that, even though I think they should. Wasabi, thank you for being here. What's up? Have I seen the latest Colossal Order update in the forum? And do I understand the community outrage? Hold on, I'm gonna load back into this because I don't want this. I don't want to save this madness. And then I want you to. I don't know. I don't know. Give me 1 second. Are you talking about this one? Yes, I saw this. I had a whole stream about this. I don't want to belabor the point. I get why people are upset, but read this. You know, like, I don't know what to say besides they're addressing feedback from the early access group and are mapping out what they can do to improve the expansion as it launches. I don't want to violate my NDA, But clearly, they're doing this to improve things. They don't like. I hear when people are like, I get it. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna be upfront and say, I am super frustrated by their lack of transparency in communications, and also we earned that. It sucks. Like we definitely earned them not talking to us as a community. They got attacked. We attacked them. Not all of us, but enough people did that they said, I'm going to prioritize the employees' mental health. That doesn't excuse them from going radio silent and not saying anything and then providing very modest updates to the game. And that's the part that I don't understand. Like, I feel like a little bit of communication could go a long ways. Like, if this is all Unity issues, say that. Just tell us Unity sucks and we hate them and they're the worst and that's the reason why the game is a mess. If that is truly the issue, then tell us that. I don't know, like if they're struggling, like I feel like knowing and having an idea and not feeling like the game is just like going to be abandoned. That's really all that people are looking for. They just want to understand what's going on, and they're not providing the most basic amount of communication. And to me, that's pretty damning. I don't understand it, but I guess it's not for me to understand. So all that's to say, I get why people are upset. I totally get it. But also, you would be more upset if it sucked. Like, they could have clauses in the contract to say it, and not anything bad about Unity. They've existed. You've seen some? Maybe. They definitely shaded Unity, though, in a video at one point. So, like, I don't know. I just feel like explaining something. And here's the other thing. It was like my first week of grad school. I had this studio, this studio. I'm gonna take the music down. It's too upbeat, and I'm not feeling it. First week of grad school, I have my studio. It's a six credit course. It's big. It's a big boy. This is a course that I'm gonna be just like struggling with. It's gonna take over my life. And my instructor, who's a practicing planner, building neighborhoods, he says to me, there's one thing I'm gonna, like, if you take anything away from this course, not learning how to write a zoning code, not learning how to use SketchUp, or learning how to use GIS or Illustrator so that you can show people your ideas or how to talk with people, what you have to learn to do is under-promise and over-deliver. And the whole reason why people are upset with Skylines 2, I don't necessarily think it's even the game anymore. So much. I mean, it's the game. But what it really is time and time again, they've said, we're going to do this, and then they don't hit a deadline. And then they don't say anything. Or they give PR mumbo jumbo. Like, I think that this is kind of a garbage message, if I'm being completely honest with you. You know, still, I feel like the whole reason why as many people are upset as they are is just the crappy communication and the over-promising and under-delivering. Add Eastern European city to New Dresden map. Ocarina, maybe someday. Yeah, got to do a better job managing expectations. I don't know what to say. Like, ultimately that's what it comes down to. Like, they could have avoided 100% of the issues that they currently have right now by just like not being dumb about their communication strategy. Like, as frustrated as you guys might be with Colossal Order, like, also like the communication strategy at Paradox, like, is just madness at this point. Like, I don't know. It's just talk to people. That's all people want. Talk to people. I don't know. That's it. That's all I have to say. I can look at actual Rome for inspiration. I have. At this point, though, I just want to fill in some of these areas and meet city requirements. We have a very high unemployment rate. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill in just a couple blocks right here. So this one right here and these two right here, and get some commercial and office. Because right now we basically have none. Everyone's commuting out of town, and that's a problem. Paradox has also always been terrible at communication. Anyone can get better at anything. So like, I don't think it's that's not good enough. They can do better. So I don't know. I hope they do. I guess if there's any takeaway from this, I am also frustrated, but I'm also very happy that they didn't release a product that they were told, you know, needed a bit more time in the oven. Like that is what the message right there says. It says that the message that they were given is that the DLC needed more time in the oven, and rather than ignoring that, which they could have just said, "Screw it, I don't really care. We're just gonna go." Instead, they said, "All right, we're gonna take that advice," and they're getting ripped apart for it. So I personally think that part kind of sucks, because I would much rather they like if the DLC is awesome, no one's gonna care eventually. Rockstar makes great games, doesn't talk to people. Sure. But, okay. First of all, Rockstar doesn't really need to release the new Grand Theft Auto anytime soon. And people are still playing the old one, and they've been playing it for a ridiculous amount of time. And that game was so good that people have been fine doing that. And the expectations for their new game are so high. Again, like I think they can get away with a lot. I don't know that Colossal Order necessarily has that amount of rope anymore. They had it at one point. They, you know, and this again, this is probably on Paradox again. I understand that Colossal Order was very late at releasing the. Paradox wanted the game released much sooner than it actually got delivered. Releasing the game early, just what it's done to the community kills me. It's because it's like speed running the destruction of a community. Like we're gonna see how everyone deals with a game that half the people like because it runs on the machine and half don't. We'll make half of the content creators end up hated, you know, because people feel lied to, you know, and I get it. Like it sucks. The whole thing does. I don't understand why they would decide that is the right choice, but at least they appear to be learning from it. So I don't know. That's the best that we can hope for. Am I placing functional buildings? I'm not. No, I have the Mediterranean heritage this selected. So whenever you see the little pink there, we're good. These are not functional. So I'm just trying to get buildings that look nice next to one another because they're not functional. And the reason why I'm setting this back from the road is because I can. We're gonna have a nice plaza right in front of this, and this is gonna be an office building. So I can get away with stuff because of these. You're sick and tired of gamers thinking they can constantly complain about it. They would complain if the DLC was delivered on time and buggy, and they still complain if it's delayed because it's not ready. I mean, if I'm being totally upfront, that's kind of my feeling. Like, and I get people feeling disappointed. Totally get it. But again, if they released a DLC that was either not fun or buggy or both, my God. I mean, people would lose their cool. It would be the end of their company. It'd be the end of this series. It would be for the genre of city builders. Like every time I hear someone or I read like, oh, you know, like I'm so unhappy, blah, 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 blah. Colossal Order's the worst. Paradox is terrible. Okay, you can feel that way. That's fine. But who else is making a modern city builder? Who else is making one? Because if there were another one, I'd play it, but there's not. This is the one. Colossal Order should take advice from Scotty and yeah, do what Phil says. Hell, I don't work for them. Gamers have been complaining no matter what forever. This isn't new. It kind of comes with the territory. Again, I think people have the right to complain. And I think people have the right to be upset. But I just want you to think reasonably about like what would be worse. And that's where I'm at. Like, I think they need to hit a deadline. But also they need to not release something that is terrible. And I don't know. It sucks. I don't know why they're in this situation. And that's the other thing. They're just not telling us. I have no idea what's going on. It's frustrating. CVB, as we talk, the CS community is not bad. Reminder of our Discord. No. Yeah. Komrowski, I completely agree. I think that I still believe, and I wholeheartedly feel this way. The reason why I like doing this is because the community's awesome and it remains awesome. It's divided and there's a lot of disappointed people in it, but there are a lot of other communities that are much more negative. I don't know if you guys saw Potato McWhiskey's video recently about his mental health struggles, especially as they relate to some of the things that have happened in the Civ community. We had to talk in City Hall about this. We didn't really talk about Potato McWhiskey, but that community, with Civ being what it is, has been a mess. And like, it's just, yeah, it sucks. And we're not there. we could get there, but we're not. And I hope that we never get there. This community is still awesome. So I don't know. Yeah, we can be disappointed. I just think I still think it's the right choice, and I'm happy with it. So I know that some people will not like that I feel that way. I've read that people are unhappy with content creators being as excited about the delay as they are, but I think it's the right choice. So I'm just mixing in, but if you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm mixing in a variety of service blocks in here. I want to see what happens, see if we get some activity in this. Music too loud? Is it music too loud or me too quiet? I'll quiet the music down a bit. Your background music is geology, civil engineering. You don't think you've gotten a potato video in your feed in a while, honestly, or any Civ creator? Actually, it's strange. I honestly don't think that is strange. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where if the videos generally see a drop in traction, it's kind of inevitable that's what happens. I mean, that also happened in the Skylines community, like reasonably. After things were not great at launch, a lot. Oh, I don't need to draw these. A lot of the Skylines channels saw gigantic drop-offs in viewership, and it was terrible. I mean, there are a lot of channels, a lot of smaller channels in particular, that I used to watch that are just not posting anymore. So it's not surprising that when a game has a launch like Civ had, that the result is this. It definitely sucks. Civ 7 flopped and hurt the whole community. We had to talk about this in Discord, and you know, my feeling on Civ is that Civ 6 divided the community. So Civ 5 was a major change. Hold on. Phil, sorry you had to. You were chatting with Ocarina about moving to Italy, Switzerland. What did I miss? So Civ 5 was a major change in the game. Changed a lot of how it works. We got the hex tiles instead of the square. We couldn't do the stacks of doom anymore. That was a big change. A lot of people really struggled with that. Civ 6 had a number of other big changes, things that people who like Civ 5 struggled with. And I think that a lot of people, myself included, really hoped that Civ 7 would unite the community and come up with basically create the game that everyone wanted. More of a less reinvention and more iteration and polish. And rather than doing that, they reinvented again, third time in a row. And I think that let a lot of people down. I'm one of those people who, like, I was super pumped for Civ 7 because I really didn't like Civ 6, and I was hoping that they would take lessons from that and find ways to blend the two. And they made Humankind 2 is what I hear. Yeah. As someone who's been playing Civ since 3 thousands of hours each release, Civ 7 is absolutely worse in the franchise. I've only been playing since Civ 4, and to me, I've had zero desire to play it. Like I've played the iOS version of Civ Rev more than I played Civ 7. I canceled. I had the pre-order bundle, and I canceled it. I was like, I don't like this game. I don't want to be reminded of it. So it sucks. I don't know. You got into Humankind? Is it good? You've personally never gotten a Civ, but playing CS2 unmodded is painful. I agree with that. That's the whole, like, yeah. Well, Civ, I feel like the problem with Civ is, and Komrowski mentioned this, they view their game as a board game, and they iterate on it. Was it you, Komrowski, that said that? So they iterate on it like it's a board game. They don't want to release the same, or they don't iterate. They release a different game because they don't think that they should be releasing the same game. And I don't think that is the way gamers always look at it. Like they sometimes think, like I think, I want you to take things that I liked about the last game and make it better. I don't want you to completely reinvent it. This is why you love your retro modern games. Dinkdom and Stardew Valley never let you down. Planksta, I mean, that's legit. That is legit. I don't know. There's just I would really love to have. I don't know. I don't know. I have so many mixed emotions. That's where I'm at. One thing I'm not mixed about though is I decided that this was way too big of a plaza. And one of the things I noticed in the last stream when we looked at Rome is that there were soccer pitches in the middle of some of these blocks and different parks. So that's what we're gonna do here. And then I want to see if I can activate this. I don't think I can, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to activate this with the service park gate. So let's see. Place that here. And then I want to see if I can add a hang around park. Or maybe. Oh. It can't be a soccer pitch. But I could do that. And that's totally functional. I just have to add, pedestrian paths. Yeah, super cool. Super cool. So I'm just going to draw, I'll basically draw all the way around this with some of these. We'll leave some grassy spots so we can put trees in a couple areas. That's cool. That's super cool. Europe and soccer do not belong in the same sentence. Well, I listen, I hear what you're saying, but also, like, I don't call it football. I inherently understand that calling it football makes more sense, and that American football, you don't even really use your feet. I get that. Like in my gut, in my soul, I'm with you. But also, it's what we call it, so it feels weird to me. So I gotta call it what makes sense to me. American football soccer. I like that. So yeah, maybe someday, actually, no, it'll never change because Americans are very stubborn, and the inertia for changing anything is like it's impossible. Nothing like that will ever change. Can the surfaces of the tennis court be changed to green? That would look better. I'll try it. I don't see why not. I would imagine. Let me finish this first, though. Basically, I want this to wrap all the way around. And then we'll give that a shot. More like rugby. So in college, I knew rugby players. Most of them were women, and I never watched. And it's one of my deep regrets because I've never seen rugby, and I feel like it was so popular at my college. And I just never. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion. I know why. I was there's just like a scatterbrained mess, doing random things. Yeah, wish I would have. Okay, let me see if the decal will cover this. So we got Sully's tennis court. It's kind of big. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It's perfect. Let me see if I can get rid of stuff underneath it. Let's see. So that's the only unfortunate thing is I cannot. Oh, wait. This is a sub element. It's a sub element because this is actually a sub element of the gate. So if I go into this, I should be able to remove it. And then, whoop. There we go. That's honestly pretty exceptional. That's super sick. Really into that. Would it be a bit dangerous without a fence? What do you guys think? Europeans who have courtyards that have sports in the middle, would there normally be fencing around it? Good evening, Phil and Check. Good evening. Hello. There would be. Okay. I will add fencing around it. Yeah. It's off center. I was hoping you wouldn't notice. You're right. It is off center. Well, is it off center? It is. It is. Hold on. So the entire thing is a little bit off because of the way that the asset lines up. Let's see. Where is it now? There it is. Relocate. Oh, I'm playing with so much fire right now. Oh, and it felt so good to do so. Oh, except for that. It brought all of the sub-elements back. There we go. That's better. Let's see. The fence would be small, and there would be a couple treed. Okay, hold on. I am missing. I've got to add something into the mod set. I can't think of what it is, but I'm basically missing all my network fences. So we might restart for that. The only fence I could use right now would be this UK metal railing, which is not right. Like, I don't think this is what we want to use, because I could use one of the network fences, but I'm missing the mod. You guys remember what mod that is? Realize that at this point they're all blending together for me. Now go full prison fencing. Okay, hold on. Industrial fence high. we get the barbed wire. Welcome to your humble prison. Where hold on. We gotta get rid of that. Okay. And I just want to make it very clear that this is not a social commentary. This is me doing what chat said to do. And as a result, we've turned this into a slight prison. But ooh. Okay. Maybe maybe that's a little bit extreme. This guy is truly in a prison. He even looks sad. He's like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this is my life. I cannot believe it. The kids will love it. You know, this is it is a way to live. Is this guy? Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, he's not homeless. He's just sad. Hold on. I just saw, I didn't have Discord open, but Cord sent a message with the right mod. Let's see. Extra detailing tools. Okay. I think it's just happy. Just doesn't say it on his face. You know, he has a vibe about him. I think we're gonna restart. I hate to do it. But I feel like I have to. So let's get rid of the prison. Prison vibes are a little much for me. We'll save and we'll restart. I just feel like it's going in a good direction, and maybe that wasn't it. Okay. New Dresden 8. We're not mid, but we're gonna call it mid. Okay. Needs something like a canopy, shade-like. That would be good. The prison vibe was so good. It was a thing. In the meantime, I'm very curious about one thing. How many of you guys got the Switch 2? And how do you feel about it if you got it? I'm very curious. Too expensive? It is expensive. Nope, hard pass. Sold out already? They had so many at the Best Buy by me that there were people walking up at an hour and a half after open, just getting them. They had so many of them. How much was it? $450 without a game. You could buy Mario Kart then for $80, or you could pay $500 and get it with a digital copy of Mario Kart. You bought a 9070 XT instead? Way too expensive? I've got really mixed emotions about the Switch 2. I actually don't think the price is unreasonable after playing with it. That wasn't Best Buy that Staples you. That's GameStop. No, Best Buy was trying to sell you warranties and give you credit cards. It's like, I don't want your warranty or your credit card. I just want to be left alone. 80 is a lot for a game. Okay, crazy thing about this. Okay, 80 is actually not a lot for a game. We did a little bit of math a couple streams ago, and games have not been keeping pace with inflation. They're just the first ones to raise the price in a long time. It feels bad. It feels real bad, but it's not unreasonable. The bigger problem in my mind is that it's $80 for the physical, and some of the physical copies of the games are literally just like physical licenses. For a Nintendo game, listen. Nintendo is the only game publisher that I just like. Anytime I buy a Nintendo game, I just know it's going to be good. Like, it's not going to be screwed up. Okay, I take that back. I play Pokemon. Basically, any first party non-Pokemon company games, they're not going to have a ton of bugs. They're going to be fun. So yeah, the pricing though it's a lot. I think my bigger, where I have mixed emotions is, for the first time, Nintendo didn't botch a launch after a successful system. They had plenty of inventory. It's a perfectly premium product. You know, that first Nintendo product, I'd say, feels premium. It's an iteration of the original Switch. Mario Kart is a great game, and I'm glad that we have a new one. And it's like, it's not the same as Mario or Zelda. I don't know. I don't want to be ingrate, but I feel like they kind of did themselves a disservice with the launch lineup. Guys, what happens in the Discord server? Nefarious things. Only nefarious things. And I talk in the Discord server sometimes. You love Nintendo games. You've never been a hardcore gamer, so a lot of the casual, cozy games you play for consoles were Nintendo games. Yeah, for me, I don't think I've ever really explained this or talked about this much. I absolutely love Nintendo, and I have basically forever. I have been at the launches for the consoles, basically every system going back to Wii. So this one, I wasn't gonna do it, and then I was like, I was awake, and I was like, you know what? Worst case, it's not there. I always buy Nintendo systems. I always enjoy them. I've never been let down. I'm still not let down, but it's totally an iteration, which feels so weird for Nintendo. Like, it's the Switch, but like more of it. So if you like the Switch, you'll love this thing. For me, my wife's main game right now, outside of Polytopia, is Tears of the Kingdom. And she actually said the moment she played it, like, wow, this is so much better. Like, it looks so much better. But you had to pay for the privilege of it looking better. I don't know. So I have mixed emotions. I had a lot of fun. I played with my 8-year-old yesterday for all of the time. And seeing how excited she was to beat me at Mario Kart, like, worth every last penny. But also, boy, it's much more expensive, and I do think that they could have released it with more games that were better. First party Nintendo systems you haven't purchased, even back in the OG Game Boy? Oh, I all of them, like all of them. Nintendo, like I've had every single Nintendo system. Love Nintendo. Maybe I'll get one next year. You've had every Nintendo console since launch since the 64? Yeah. They're just so bottom. I just wish that the company wasn't doing some like nasty things, you know. The SNES was the NES 16-bit with more buttons, so they've returned to the roots. That honestly, Fluffy, I hadn't really thought about it like that. You're right. You are right there. I can tell already that this is gonna last a long time. It's gonna hold up a lot longer. The graphics feel really, I mean, they look really good. And it feels like they kind of get it. Like, okay, it's that thing that we had before, but more of it. But yeah, to me, it's just kind of a weak launch lineup. That's it. That said, I am one of like 6 people in Denver at the time that went and picked up the Wii U at launch. I'm ashamed to admit this even, but I was in line waiting for a Wii U, and I remember looking around going, "Where is everybody? Why is it just me? Why is it just me?" Steve, thank you for the gifted subs, man. Charm, thank you for the 13 months of tier 1. So yeah, that was me in line. So yeah, this is the first. But the whole reason I say that is this is the first time I've had a new Mario Kart in a decade as a result, because I had Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. So when everyone else was playing Mario Kart for the first time with the Switch, I had already had that game for like 3 years. So it was like, and it was like that with so many games. Donkey Kong, Tropical Thunder, Mario, can't think of the one. One of the Mario games came out on the Wii U. They just started releasing a whole bunch of games that they'd already released. So it feels good to know that we're actually going to get new games for the first time in like 10 years. But it was deluxe. Nintendo are making games terrible at so many other aspects of the gaming business. I mean, they just, yes. I'm amazed that they didn't give reviewers the Switch 2 before launch. Like, going straight NVIDIA. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I bought it anyway, so I guess I get it. They're gonna sell it regardless, and now people can talk about it afterwards, say it's trash. Find It is crashing your game, Urban Loon? Is it Find It or something else? The Apple of video games? Listen. Behind me, you can't see it, but that's my Mac. I'm a Mac guy. So yeah. They don't need the press for sure, but you thought they would want it. Yeah, I saw that they decided to seed consoles to some, I hate the term influencers, but seems like that's about it. Like MKBHD has a console. Cool. He's unboxing it, all right. But no one really knows, like no one was giving the in-depth, like the thing I wanted to see after playing Tears of the Kingdom for a little while, I want to know, I want to see some side-by-side comparisons, because one of the things that I don't love about the process of getting a Switch 2 that I was unaware of before getting it is that you transfer your system. Like it's like your Switch becomes your Switch 2 and now your Switch is useless. So like some games, certain games like Pokemon, like you can't, it moves to your new system and now you can't use it on the old one, which is fine because it played like trash on there, but still, it's a thing. Old Switch for certain games, yeah. It transfers your save and you can't load it up on your old one. So some games I think that you can, but the other thing about it is Nintendo, if you've ever tried to do Nintendo online backups, you'll know that they are atrocious. So the last thing you want to do is have two Switches that you're trying to sync because they're just terrible at it. So, yeah. Wait, that's just, nope. Yeah. I don't know what they're thinking there. Vainglorious, 32 months. I wanna highlight Phil Kama, but I can't. So I'll just give you this. This is the best I can do. And it's not working. There it is. Having to play games online is greedy. Oh, okay, there it is. There it is. I don't know. So, okay. To be fair, Nintendo is giving more than just... It's not just playing online. When you play for Nintendo Online, you also get to play classic games. My problem with it is they're basically saying emulation is bad unless we're giving it to you randomly. So basically Nintendo is allowing you to emulate their games, but only games that they pick when they want and on the system that they want you to play it on. And they're not upscaling anything. It's just like straight emulation. So they give you that. Show City, everyone is dead. We've got to solve that. I've got a solution. You're not going to like it, but I feel like we've got to do it. This is so irritating. Couple other things. I thought we would see people walking through here because we added all of this activity. They're here, but they're not walking around, which is kind of unfortunate. The courtyard is very nice. Thank you. I dig the courtyard. I like making these. They're a lot of fun. We didn't finish it though. We didn't finish it. To finish it, we've got to link it all up. I don't know how that person got in there, but I think now it's actually linked. I don't think anyone's actually going to use that, but it makes me feel good. Tropico 7 is now is in development now. Steel Airship, is it? Is it? You want to see the city? This is our Roman-inspired build. So we've got a church down here. Imagining it's the historic church. Not exactly the city center, but it was on a peninsula that was out there. We tried to at least preserve some sight lines from interesting locations. This is, oh my goodness, it's some load issues. This is our transit center. So we've got some buses right here and then a train coming into town. And then there's the rest of the community. I think it's been a very slow build to get to where we are, but I think it looks pretty good. The other build needs more work. We started over here. This is New Dresden, and starting on the hill was a choice. I don't know if it was a good one, but while we're over here, I'm gonna do something. There's an industrial area along the river. I'm hoping to someday add bridges and ports to this. We've also got our rail depot over here using some of Tygon's assets. So probably would have been smart to start in a flatter area, but we struggled with this for a few streams. And now things are breaking down apparently because Replace Me needs to be replaced. Church should be the highest point. So that was the goal. That's why we built right here. The church was supposed to be the high point. Thing is, we just don't have very many church assets. We've got this one, and then Notre Dame. So there's no in between. So I think that reasonably this is the high point. It is the high point of this area. It's just it's a little baby church. That's the problem. Is Road Builder still bugging? The last time I don't use Road Builder all that much. The last time I used it, I crashed immediately. I tried using it for Chuckles Park, immediately crashed. So that's why I didn't change the railroad track at all. Because that was initially, I was going to try to change the speed of the railroad track so that you would slow down going up the hill and then speed up going down, but I just was crashy. The one thing I want to check before we move on, I don't think that these things, so I think if I plop one of these, so these are the German buildings. These don't modify the terrain, I think. Oh, that is so nice. So that was one of the things that we were struggling with in New Dresden a bunch, is it was just really difficult to work on this challenging terrain. But now with these, because these don't make the terrain all screwy, I could do some pretty nice things. Basically all the things that I wanted to do. Like, it's not going to be perfect, but I would much rather do something that looks like that and have it look not great than have the ground also getting screwy. And I could, yeah, that's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. These are going to be incredibly useful. Road Builder never crashed for you? It's funny how uneven people's experiences are. I was reading a post on Reddit today where someone said that they're done with City Skylines 2. It's crashing for them. And someone said as a response, it's never crashed for me. I am one of those people who the game, I've had instances where it's crashed a lot. And now I'm in a position where it hasn't crashed all that much on me as of late. Even making Alba, it crashed once. Very frustrating. I don't understand why that happens, why some people get them and some people don't. But I crashed for sure with Road Builder. And I don't know if it was just because of what I was doing or whatnot. Q crash in 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is what crashed me before. Let's see if it does it. Oh, that makes me so mad. This is exact. Yeah, I do need a save redeem. You're right. I don't know why this worked. I don't know why this worked now. And like, this would have elevated the, my amusement park build so much, because I just wanted to take the speed limit, and I'm going to do that off camera. That really bothers me. that makes me sad. So, okay. Yeah. I don't know why it crashes sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, don't jinx it. I know. You guys are trying to make me cry. Picado, thank you so much for the Prime. Charm, thank you so much for the 13 months of tier 1. Love a good CPB stream. A great way to kick off the weekend, man. Thank you so much. L Dub Dub, thank you so much for 7 months of tier 1. Your strategy when it comes to new releases or DLC is to forget they're happening and be filled with excitement at release. Or then to be filled with excitement at release. That is a solid way of handling them. Phoenix, thank you for the Prime. Mymurin, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner on YouTube. Artemis, Bacon Bits, thank you so much for the tier 1 10 months. Steve, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Your recommendation for city builders is Frostpunk. Have I played it before? I have it. I don't think I've ever launched it. I did play Frostpunk 2. I was going to make a video on it, and I just never got around to it. So, good recommendation. I will, I'll take that under advisement. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to open that up for a poll. Honestly, probably, or at the start of the stream. Millwall, thank you so much for the 4 months of tier 1. Don't crash this party. We need an X days since last crash. We had one at one point. Pathfinding failed. Because of this, I'm going to load back in. You used to like Banished as a kid? Your dad showed it to you? Banished is awesome. Banished, I wish that I knew the number of hours of Banished that I played. It's a lot. And I never even used any of the, I'm one of the people who's never used the major DLCs. I use like pretty minor stuff. So none of the expansions. Frostpunk isn't so much a city builder as it is a city survival game. I like city survival games. I feel like Banished is a city survival game too. So I don't know. Do you guys agree with that, or do you think I'm off base there? Banished is survival city builder manifest. Exactly. And Banished is the game that got me away from SimCity 4. Like, I got super sucked in, and I couldn't believe that one person was making it, and that they were just the whole thing just like is amazing. Just like a wonderful experience. What am I doing wrong? I feel like, okay, there we are. Do you guys see? Okay, I'm okay. I feel like none of this is making sense to me today. I don't know if I'm just being dumb or what the case might be, but it feels like things are just disappearing on me, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, now it is there. It's seriously, yeah. What is going on? I have no idea. Like, I swear, I just don't understand I'm not going crazy. Things are like showing up. Like, why is anarchy this big right now? Like, I don't understand. Go away, anarchy. You don't need to be there. Why are you there? Why is it this big? You really want workers and resources, but you can't afford luxuries right now. It's a good game. It goes on sale. When it goes on sale, I would highly recommend picking it up. You know what I need to do? I've fallen out of the habit of having key giveaways. I should get back to that. It's a lot to organize, though. That's the big thing for the Discord administrator, but we should do it. You can find it vertical, indeed. If you click on this button right here, which I never clicked on, you can completely customize Find It. You can change its location, and I decided to put it over here, and it gives you a much bigger window. But for whatever reason, anarchy is just gigantic now, and I don't understand. Or maybe this is the extra tool. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. Hello, Phil. Did I know Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible, was born in Madison? I did not. But I'm also not surprised. There are a lot of people that you just don't realize are from here, or that I didn't, and it's fascinating to me. Phil, please help you. You have a problem with creativity in CS2, even with unlimited money and unlock all tiles. What should you do? Stop using those settings. Seriously, like the biggest piece of advice I could give you would be that I believe that unlimited money, the whole reason, like in the competition, why I said don't use unlimited money is not because I want you guys to do a great job with your budgets. In fact, I feel like budgeting in Skylines 2 is kind of, it doesn't matter, which is really makes me sad. It's that I feel like it forces you to get more creative because you have constraints. So if you are struggling with creativity in any simulations, make sure you're not playing in sandbox mode. Sandbox mode, I think, completely saps creativity. That's my take on it. And I know that a lot of people disagree with that, but that's how I feel. Use unlimited money and you think you screwed the competition? You think you're screwed in the competition? I will talk to the I'll talk to the other judges. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, mostly for legal reasons. I had very clear rules, and if I deviate from the rules and someone were to get upset and sue me over the competition, that would be very sad. That would be like the saddest timeline, especially because I want to have more of them. In fact, I actually have the next competition thing I want to give away next to me right now. So yeah. You thought you could switch it off? I don't know. I don't think you can. I'd be sentenced to tennis prison. I think you might be right about that. And that is legitimately the darkest timeline. Being sentenced to tennis prison. I don't want that. Don't want that at all. I'm trying to make this not look terrible. I think I'm failing miserably at that. I think that if, I've always been, historically, I've been very against using PO. I think if it were out for Skylines 2, my position may change. Because I'm really enjoying the freedom I've had. The heights are off. That's the big thing. And I don't know if it's, I just need to get over it, I guess. Hey Phil, just wondering if I'm following the NBA Finals. Yes and no. So I really like, and if you're from Indiana, I apologize. I really hate the Pacers. I've always hated the Pacers. It kills me that the best player on the Pacers is a Wisconsinite. And it kills me even more that I don't like him. So yeah. How did I get my Find It to be so large? There's a little view and toggle sorting option. You can change it in here. You don't like the Pacers over here? Yeah, I'm following the finals and I'm rooting for OKC. Which also feels bad because it feels like OKC stole the Sonics from a city that really liked them. But also, that was a long time ago, and my hatred for the Pacers burns much more bright than my sadness for Seattle. If that makes any sense. I have disliked the Pacers since I was a kid, watching Reggie Miller just get 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 and tank the Bucks' chance of going deeper in the playoffs. So, and then watching them lose to the Pacers twice now, I just can't stand the Pacers. I like that it's a small market team, and I respect that their fan base deserves to enjoy themselves. Also, I don't like the team. Gil Kemp forever in NBA Jam. Sean Kemp? You never liked the Pacers? I think they're just one of those teams. In your opinion, the next evolution of modern city builders would be procedurally generated buildings which conform to blocks? So, yes. I really hope. You can't necessarily tell just yet, but it seems as though Metropolis, city-state Metropolis, it seems like that is the direction they're going. I showed this on stream a couple weeks back. I've showed it multiple times at this point. But that game, they say, is coming out in November, which makes the timing of the DLC delay that much more interesting. Very curious to see if that actually comes to be. All right, do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say city-state Metropolis? Mr. Phil, Edmonton or Florida? Are you talking about hockey? I'll say Edmonton. I'll support my Canadian friends. And I will also hope that they're okay with all the smoke because it's been gnarly. Gnarly. Yeah, city-state Metropolis. Hold on. I'll show you guys if you haven't seen it. Basically, city-state it's a city builder, but really an economic simulator. And the guy who created it did a post-mortem of his game and said, well, why didn't people like my game? And he looked at SimCity 4 and City Skylines and said, what people really want is more of a sandbox than an economic simulator. So he's going to have the economic stuff because that's what he's into. But he's also going into this side of things. So he released a couple screenshots of his game. There's the road building tools, which looks a lot like SimCity 2013, which would be fine, but very modular looking anyway. And then the big thing is this. This appears to be snap points where you would, basically draw out your buildings, and then they would conform to irregularly shaped roads. So if this actually comes to be, and if it's actually as cool as it looks, it can actually procedurally generate either just the parcels themselves or the buildings. Because it right here, it looks like the buildings are kind of just like doing the Manor Lords, which is basically centering the building footprint within the parcel. I'd be fine with that. That's fine. So he's saying it'll be released between September and November into early access. But it looks good. It looks really good. And knowing that his historical basis is economics makes me think that maybe it won't become a utopia in every city. So if you want to look at this yourself, there's the link to it. The game is probably delayed. The post said trailer in a few weeks in Steam page. He never started that in Feb. Oh, did he? That's unfortunate. Yeah. Soon. ... So yeah, guess not. Well, we're gonna keep our eyes peeled. That's the big thing. I have no idea what's gonna happen of it, but I want more city builders. Yes. Yes. Soon, TM. A lot of Canadian smoke in St. Louis too. Oh, it's been brutal. Our air quality index yesterday was 150. Right now it's 68, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups. And my wife is about to go run a half marathon in this. So yeah, not great. I can only imagine how bad it is in Canada. Is there a place to follow it on Steam or something? No, apparently not. No. Mr. Goalie, you thought this was a regular video? This is not a regular video. This is a regular stream, which I know is disappointing to some, but I also very much enjoy the streams. Yeah, 150 is bad. It was 150 we were in red. Bad for sensitive groups. Not good at all. Not good at all. Good luck to my wife. Yeah, I think she's gonna be okay. They'll cancel it if it gets too bad. So we'll see. Right now, yours says moderate health risk. 60, just an average day in, is it Dallas? DTLA? Downtown LA. I mean, that makes sense. This isn't a regular video. It's a video where I twitch around a lot like this, and I talk about things unrelated to the game. Official Plant says if you go to the City State Game website, you can sign up for email updates. Yeah, I did that. I don't think I've received any emails. I actually shot the developer an email. A million years ago, we had correspondence. And I feel bad that actually I should add this to the list. He gave me the key for City State 2. And I've launched it that many times. I've never played it. Tell you what, in a little while, we're going to make that list of games, I think. Always keep the eaves the same height. Well, I gotta go. Be right back. I've got something at the door. 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. No idea what that is, but crank the music up to 11. Sorry about that. Anyone know what the screwing up song is? The Wii Shop music. Sorry the music was so loud. Haven't tested that one. You hope everyone is healthy and safe during the wildfires. Oh man. Your ears. Listen, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's still new. The Wii Shop music always cracks you up when it makes it in the video. It might make it into this. Well, actually, no, it won't. So when I have it in a video, I can screw up a certain amount, but I can't screw up too much. Otherwise, I have to start over. And I got stuck in a specific part of this next video. To the point that I thought I was going to be done recording it yesterday, and I got trapped, which doesn't happen often, but it was brutal. Like something that I did once, I could never recreate, and ended up giving up on it and doing something different, which ended up, I think, turning out better. How much progress have I made? Okay, well, define progress. We've got this building here, which looks pretty sad. We've got a decorator on the outside, but it's functional. We made this, which, what are you guys doing? Well, don't worry about this. I don't know what this is. Apparently, only one person knows to clip through the fence to go sit down on a bench. Everyone else just decides to clip into each other and hang out right here. So we made this. It was a prison. Now it's a prison still. It's a different kind of prison. Everyone's walking to it and just like staring at the tennis match. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so many dogs, so many people clipping into one another. 2 people observing a match that isn't occurring. I need to get some of Sully's ploppable people, so we can just have someone standing here looking bored. But yeah, so that's happening. And then I've been working on this block right here, which I think is going to have a fairly large like farmer's market in the front of it, and then some seating off here is kind of like a cafe area. And this can actually be commercial now. The real question I have is if we can take the parks again, and I don't know, just a little experimenting. I guess I could add some of these. I want it to feel like there's a reason to be here. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably use this. So we'll add some of these here, then unify the ground, and then have a way to walk through here, and a couple of booths. So sad that there's no little animations anymore. I wouldn't say anymore. I think they're gonna come eventually. It's just definitely sad that it's not in the game right now. I mean, they're such small things, but they add so much. It's, you know, tennis balls will break windows. No. We've got a fence around here, my friend. It's not the tallest fence in the world. We have very skilled tennis players. And what are you guys doing? They're actually using the path that I built around here, though. That's cool. I have no idea what this is or if these people are trapped forever. I'm also unconcerned about them. They'll go home when they want, I guess. You feel like bringing dogs to watch a tennis match might be a little problematic? Oh, you've clearly never been to a tennis match in the middle of a courtyard in Rome. That's when in Rome, you do as the Romans do, which apparently is take your dog to a tennis court. They're waiting for the tennis courts to free up. You're right. Okay. Let's work on activating this, and then we'll add some uses in here afterwards. I'm gonna hide that. I should just do it now. So the problem is, this works just like all the rest of these buildings. Basically, if I were to pop a bunch of these and then try to move that main gate, it'll move them all at once. So what I'm going to do is grab the dog park. I think I'm going to put the dog park in the center here. And I'll also add a tree park. And we'll figure out the rest of the courtyard a little bit later. We'll do that up here. Although I hate the way that looks. Aren't there tall fences in the Japanese pack? Those fences are super bugged. Those fences are kind of a mess. I don't know what happened to them. But they just... So I would be reluctant to use them just for that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could use those. I've actually been toying with the idea that the Japanese pack, there are a couple of interesting assets in there. The pool for the elementary school, I think could work. In a future build in Saguna Beach, I want to build apartment complexes and add a pool in the center of it, kind of like you would see in California. I think that you could use that, but I'd never used the fences for anything valuable because I've felt like they have issues and they must be fixed at some point. Benjamin, hi from the Netherlands. Hi. Hopefully everything is going well in the Netherlands today. New Dresden going for Dutch vibes or Deutsch vibes, but the cars destroy the illusion. Well, in New Dresden, we do have a large pedestrian only area, and I think we can make it even better now. But not before very slowly building things here. Just imagine the chaos when the 37 retrievers see a tennis ball. I mean, I have nearly so my deck area in the back of my house it's fairly high off the ground based on the terrain in my lot, and I've seen my dog Banjo just look and seem like he's going to jump what I think would be like 15 feet down straight at the ball. So yeah, I can only imagine a dog at a tennis match. Need to have mass transit though? We have some. It's not good, but we have some. We have a train station. I think it needs to do more. But reasonably, we also only have, at this point, we have 18,000 people. So we probably have way overbuilt our transit so far. But for real, what's up with the calculations? Pet spawning in CS2? Man, I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. I feel like They should probably go back to the drawing board on that one. I'm looking for some of these. Oh God, that's cool. Algendo has such cool pavements. Some of these can go over the top of roads. So this one right here, I think. Oh gosh, I want to take this and put this right over the top of a street, but not this one. Some of these will go over the sidewalks. Some of them will not. It seems like all of these do. All of these do. I swear I had some that did not. Interesting. For Europe, this is lacking though. No criticism or anything, but just mentioning. 20,000 times you see way more mass transit, even in the European Union, or even in Eastern Europe. Okay, fair, fair. What kind of transit do you think I should add? If I were to add transit. Sounds like your area, we have transit. It's not good, but we have it. Yeah. Buses mostly? Only buses now? I tell you what, let's finish this block here and adding some decorations to that one, and then I'll add buses. I'm really confused though. It seems like all of these are just going right over the top. And I thought I had some that didn't do that. It's fine. I can still use this. It's just, it's much more pokey. Much more, you know, if you know what I mean, to see how that, like, it doesn't overlap the sidewalks. Some of the surfaces do. The vanilla ones obviously don't. And there's a reason that you'd want to have these. But it's not what I want right here. I'll just go with something vanilla for now. Buses and trams, outside train connection. We have an outside train connection. We've got that. That's like the one thing that we do have. But we don't. I'll poll you guys. I'll poll you guys on buses or trams, and we'll bring that in. We also need death care. That's the other thing that I have not solved yet. I've got a quick solution. Oh, give me 1 second on this. I'm gonna go for the we have a Mediterranean elementary school. This is our new death care facility. Very generic looking building. Perfect. So we have a death care service block. Just place that in here. And then first parking. I'm going to do something that you're not going to like. And I'm also just like, I think that this is what I have to do. I'm going to tuck this away inside the building, and it's going to look stupid, but I think that the way that hearses work right now. Oh. It would. We have one of the French crematories. Yeah. Ah, yes. Game has crashed. Game has crashed. It's it happened. You guys wanted to know. Here's the thing. That was my fault. I guess the game does not like when you take death care and you just stack it. I wanted a stack of doom, but for death care, and that's just not gonna be okay. So no stacks of death care doom. Yeah, it crashed. Salute. Oh. Womp womp. 1 second. My fault. Well, every crash is just a happy little accident. Yeah, I'm kind of going to try it again and see what happens. We'll see. Toby, thank you for the super chat on YouTube. The game is probably delayed. The post here said trailer from a few weeks, in a few weeks. And then, that was a super chat. Thank you so much. Talking about City State Metropolis. Mad Shell, thank you so much for the Prime. Appreciate you. No stacking of networks parking. Star Q. Just so you guys know, StarQ made this and is providing the advice that what I did is bad. Good to see you, StarQ. How you doing? Thank you so much for making me like just sick, just amazing. Such great work, dude. Such great work. Yes, I'm plopping prop versions that do nothing themselves, but then using the modular zoning blocks. Exactly. Because StarQ is a legend and made them. So if you're on Twitch, you see StarQ. And I salute you. Yes. Actually, can I do this? I don't know if you I don't know if you actually do things on Twitch, but if you do, I'm giving a shout out to StarQ Gaming anyway. And the one thing I will plug is their buy me a coffee page. I bought StarQ Gaming, StarQ, some coffees because I genuinely love what you're up to. So thank you so much, man. Doing great, been watching. Thank you. Hopefully it hasn't been too boring. I feel like I've built nothing, but that's also, I don't build much on these streams. I don't know why you guys continue to watch as I just build nothing. Well, time to upgrade the PC, unless it's purely a game engine thing. No. What you don't understand is what just happened was me playing with a mod in ways that it's not designed to be played with. That was a me problem, not a game problem. I'll call the game problem when it's a game problem. This was a me problem. So someone mentioned just placing the French crematorium. We did that. The French crematorium has no capacity. We have one right there. However, if I were to place this, and if I'm not an idiot, I'll try not to be. I'll tell you what. We'll be respectable. Just do 5 hearses here. And then I'm going to have so much body processing capacity. StarQ, I could stack these, right? I'm pretty sure that I've done this already. Summerfest is tonight. I will watch tonight. Although I'm a single dad tonight. So I don't know. It depends on if I get my kids to bed or not. Okay, so we've got lots of processing capacity. Blocks are fine to stack. Good. So now 200 bodies per month. Let's kick that up a couple notches. 1,000 bodies per month. We're going to process 1,000 bodies. As far as our storage goes, we can store 4,000 bodies here. We're taking things to the next level. And then over here, oh, I hope this isn't going to crash it. Okay. And can I get rid of the decal? I can. Sick. That's so cool. So yes, so much capacity it could be its own power plant. Indeed, we are pushing CS2 to the limit. We're there's a limit, and that is what's so great about the modding community. I mean, just like that is the reason why I miss assets, is because there are things that I am not thinking of that people are going to come up with. And that's what makes Skylines so darn cool. So, okay. Death care. Let's also build a sidewalk to this. We've been so detailed. Would you want... Wait, Brucey boy. What mod do you have that... I want to know. What am I thinking of or not thinking of? Which one do you have? And it's about time that I update my mods video. Surely single dads introduce their kids to the finer things in life. Late nights, purely for storytelling, of course. Music and of mysterious origin. And a world of soothing tunes and bluey. Well, here's the thing. I was an absolute degenerate last night with the kids. So I feel like 2 nights of being a degenerate are bad. It's a bad idea. I could tell that my wife, she doesn't often, I can't often tell that I'm upsetting her. But playing Mario Kart until basically she's telling us it's time to get ready for bed. Probably not a good look. And tonight there's no one to tell me that I can't do that. So that's not a good thing. I have to be the good cop. I'm the good cop too often. I'm definitely, I'm the good cop until I'm not. It takes a lot to get me there, but they sometimes will get me there, infrequently. But when I'm by myself, I have to be the bad cop. I have to be responsible. That's tough. Since I play CS2 for the next 12 hours on stream, tell my kids, you guys are good. You guys, we got a pizza last night. You guys are good, right? Dad's gonna stream for the next 12 hours. You guys got this. Couch co-op till they pass out. Well, I wanted to play. There's this new survival style mode, and so my oldest daughter refuses to play with me. She says, "You always win, Dad. I hate it." So she just she played yesterday, but only when I wasn't. And here's the thing: I don't always win. Most of the time, sure. But I feel like you've got to. You don't want to let them win, but also you don't need to pull out all the cards all the time, you know? So yeah. Is there a good set of medium graphics settings that would make the game look fine while saving CPU, GPU? It's the same. I'll take a momentary. Same things I'm doing. Get rid of these 2 settings. All they do is tank FPS. Motion blur to low. You could also take your water quality and adjust that down. Shadow quality as well. Volumetrics is an absolute killer of FPS. it does improve the way things look. You could move that to low, same with clouds, and that would help a lot. Let them win, but don't let them win. Here's the thing: I let them play with all of the different, hacky, like auto steer, which I feel like that's a pretty big advantage. So if I give them auto steer, isn't that enough? What the? I mean, that's cute and very confusing. I will free you of your suffering, geese. And I wish you the best of luck. Oh. Now you're flying into the... Oh, there they go. There must be a spawner right here. No, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why that was happening. Gooses in concrete, nature's healing. Wenho, hello. Tommy, yes. Geese. Yeah, did I say gooses? Geese. Urban loon. Is that what you mean by yours? Loons that are coming out of concrete. It's balance auto steer. You can't take the shortcuts. Let them lead, then blue shell them. So I felt really bad yesterday. I ended up, so if you're unaware, the new Mario Kart has 24 racers. So I was having a really tough go of it. I got blue shelled and then lightning bolted, and all of a sudden I find myself in 20th place, and I end up at third lap, halfway through, bullet bill all the way to first place. But my youngest is such a champ about it. She's just like, that's fine. She's like, I did well. And it's like, okay, good. Like, you're a good sport. My oldest would not have been like that. Love her to death, but she is as competitive as both me and her mom, and it's not good. You got a perfect game against your family last night during the game. Do I also play board games? Yes, but probably not as often as you might expect. I mean, we have kids, so a lot of the board games that I'm playing are not super exciting, and like tabletop games. Not really all that much anymore. Whoops. The last game that I played, and the one that I want to play the most right now, is I bought Taskmaster, and we had a party in February and invited some friends over, and we all played Taskmaster. That was a lot of fun. Like Candyland. Yeah, and Pretty Princess. I got to play that one recently. Just gonna say it. I look pretty great in a tiara, but you know, those are the kinds of games I get to play right now. We also play a game a lot called Sushi Go. It's pretty fun. Monopoly isn't a game; it's punishment. Yeah. So my youngest loves both Monopoly and Life, and I just find both of those games to be punishment. Just brutal. Like, the game of Life is like predictable, but like, I don't know, it's just not fun. I'll still play it, but not super fun. I much prefer when they're like, let's play Uno. Taskmaster UK show. Yeah. No, that's exactly it. No, I love Taskmaster. I don't even know how it got recommended to me, but it got recommended to me on YouTube, and I just became hooked. And my wife and I have watched through series 8 now, and it's awesome. So I found the game online and picked it up, and that's we had some friends who also liked the show, and we all played Taskmaster. It's fun. Your friend group banned your friends for playing Monopoly because he was too good. I feel like with Monopoly, if you're a jerk about it, you'll do really well. I mean, that's why my wife stopped playing Civ with me. We used to, like, when my wife and I first got together, we played Civ a whole bunch. And then once I thought she was good enough at the game, I started playing like I did when I was testing it. Because we had these online stress tests where we would load up as many people as we could and just try to see if the game would crash. Because I'll tell you what, when I tested Civ 4, and I tested BioShock 2, among other games. Both of those games were done. I mean, fully done a month or two before they released. And then we were just stress testing just to see if we could crash the games online. So for quite some time, I just had the greatest job in the world. Just go in with a bunch of my buddies and attempt to crash Civ. So we just load up, all sit down, and then on Fridays they'd let us drink beer. We'd have beer Fridays. And we had a Pop-Tart machine. I just gained a whole bunch of weight and played a lot of Civ. And same thing with BioShock, and it's so much fun. But that taught me to be super aggressive and take a whole bunch of chances. And I played with my wife like that, and she's just like, terrible. She's like, I'm done. I'm never going to play this with you ever again. And now she wants to play Polytopia with me, and she plays like that, and it's brutal. You can recommend me some board games. You're a board game coalitioner. I will if you have some good ones, I'll take them. I'll take some recommendations. My wife would like it. She's been trying to organize board game nights, and she actually the other day was asking about my stream times because this summer she wants to have board game nights. So she's very concerned about me streaming certain days. She's like, your daytime streams work really well if we're gonna have board game nights. You love your fiance, but when you're competing, it's no mercy. Does that make you a bad person? No. I think true love is being willing to show them exactly who you are, which includes being competitive. Kabuto Sumo is your favorite family-friendly board game? It's like competitive coin pusher. I will have to look up that one. Hold on. I got my Twitch OneNote. Thank you. Oh, your fiance is not competitive enough? Well, like I told you, my wife is going to run a half marathon this weekend. And she is competitive with not just the other racers, but also herself. So she actually ran in college and was actually very good and still is. So that perspective, I don't think I fully appreciated her level of competitiveness until a little while into our relationship. And she was just like, once we could let it all hang out, like that point in a relationship where, okay, now I can burp around you. Now I can like be a little gross. Now I can also be competitive and, you know, not be the nice person that you thought I was. That once we hit that spot, I got to see just how competitive she was, and I got to show her my competitive streak, and it was not a good thing. Kids vs. Parent board games are the ones you wrote about earlier. Really good. Those are, yeah. So that's mainly what I do these days. Kids versus parent board games. And one of the reasons I like Sushi Go, the one I talked about earlier, is that it is a game that I can play with my kids, and there's enough randomness that I don't win all the time. And the rules are simple enough that they can beat me without me making it seem like, without me actually letting them win. Which I think is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. You're out. Have a good night. Urban Loon. Thank you so much for being here. By the way, your Alba videos are like #1 in my recommended feed, and your thumbnails are outstanding. Videos are good too. Although I've been trying not to watch them because I don't want to be skewed. So anyway, keep up the good work. Sushi Go is a good first card drafting game. Indeed. The other one, it's the same creators. You get like a sashimi that you pass around, or squeeze it like a stress ball. I can't think. It's the same makers. Also very fun. Biffa, how's it going, Biffa? Hopefully you're doing well. Is it not Building and Brews? No brew today? Do you see what time it is local to me? My kids are gonna be home from school in 30 minutes. I feel like if my kids show up and I'm drinking beer at 2:30 in the afternoon, I'm not a good dad. Hey Phil, how's tricks? I'm going well. I'm building slowly and building things that, you know, I don't know how necessary anything that I'm doing is, but I'm having fun. You have your brew and it's not what I think. Wait a minute. Is it a beer? I got my brew, and it's a coffee. Although at my office, Biffa, you'd be proud of me. I actually just got a tea box, and my wife loaded me up with some of her favorite teas. I'm gonna try to drink a little bit less caffeine, and drink more tea. We'll see how it works. A lot of the tea I got is, she got me a lemon loaf, which is pretty good. No caffeine though. The board game Acquire Players, invest in other companies and acquiring shares and strategically placing tiles to expand and merge hotel chains. Wait, what is that? So wait, hold on. Ooh, Biffa, you're having a lovely fruity beer, name of which you can't remember. Well, hopefully you enjoy. And T-Box, how nice. Yes, I very much know. Okay, Acquire Players. I'm going to look for that. Well, Biffa, hopefully you're doing well. You've had some really fun videos lately. I've enjoyed all the fixes. Doesn't tea have caffeine? Not all of it. And I am trying my best to not be the caffeine addict that I am. I am a terrible caffeine addict. I drink such an insane amount of caffeine. It makes people absolutely disgusted with me. So I'm trying. I'm trying and probably failing at being a better person, but I'm trying. What is going on here? Okay, I'm trying to see more than just office, and all I'm seeing is mixed office. No idea why. I mean, I guess we could have mixed a whole bunch of mixed office. Maybe I just need to not sort for it. Cracking open a cold one after a long day of yard work. Cheers. Clee. Enjoy. So a little confession. We have in my neighborhood, we have a block party once a year, where we all throw beers in a big cooler and we sit down together and enjoy them. My wife asked about this race that I told you about, and I didn't realize that it's the day of the beer share. So I'm a little sad, mostly because, oh, shoot. High density. That's crazy. Because normally it's a let loose day. So I've got to be on my best behavior tomorrow. Cause I don't know if she's going to make it back from her race. So that's the one sad thing. Oh, that's going through the park. I have to get creative with this. Okay. StarQ, are you still in here? Do I need to have an actual road on these, or could I just use invisible roads? If you're in here, you should let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to experiment with it anyway. So basically, the reason why we're seeing that issue is this block can't clip into the park. But if I do something like this, oh, Komrowski, Ticket to Ride, I love. Engineer Lemons, indeed, we have ploppable blocks now. Star Q, just, well, absolute legend. Put them out. Yeah, I love Ticket to Ride. When I moved to Denver, there's a bar by my house that had Ticket to Ride as one of their board games, and I had never played it. And then I did, and I became absolutely addicted. I had it on my iPad. It was one of the things during grad school that was a problem. It was not a good thing for me. Maybe time to save? Wait. You think I should save and not lose all of this? I don't know why you would say that. I would love to lose all of this. I am unconcerned. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I needed that. Biffa, you love Ticket to Ride? Just got Finspan, the follow-up to Wingspan, plus Catan. Biffa. I'm gonna say this, and then I you know how terrible I am at coordinating. It'd be super cool if some of us played Ticket to Ride sometime on stream. That could be fun. And of course, that would mean coordination, which I am terrible at. How do I get the pop-up on the side of the screen? I need a sip of tea. I do. Though I was able to add that toggle the view sorting option. You can move this around. So I just moved it. You can move it to the left or the right. I just have it over on the left because it was underneath the chat window. That'd be great fun. Okay, Biffa, let's coordinate. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we could get some other folks that would want to play too. Could be a lot of fun. I think I might add like 1 or 2 more of these and just kind of just leave it and see what happens. So basically what I've done by plopping all these in here is I made each of these functional commercial businesses. And don't worry about that block. Just ignore that. Looks great from this angle. And ideally, there would be people that walk up to this now. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. Cool. I'm going to leave this alone. And we talked about transit. And I think I'll switch gears and focus on that. After saving one more time, right over the top of this. Phil, are you building a city on the Elba map? I almost did. I almost built on stream. And then I became concerned that if I built something, people would copy what I built. And that would be problematic. I also I built the map. I did my part. No, just for fun is me building the Merrill map. And that build is really kind of my just for fun build. So no, I was tempted to build in the Elba map. I'm sure that after I'm done watching, seeing what all of you have built, I'm gonna want to build on it too. After the contest, I probably will. The thing is, here's the problem. There are so many things I want to build on, like so many maps, and folks like Poplar Ponderosa are just constantly kicking out these absolutely awesome maps. And Gibraltar is another one that, like, when I saw Poplar with the Gibraltar map, I just really wanted to do it. But never did. Will I ever build Night City? I mean, you're asking if I will take Segunda Beach and transform the map into Night City? Probably not. Sorry. Cars can reach there as well. Wait till I see taxis in the plaza. You know what, Starkey? I'm here for it. Honestly, though, seeing just it's not a lot of activity, but just seeing this, Robert over here standing here enjoying himself just like it's winter, good enough for me. Or this person hanging out in the bush, super sad, shaking his head. I get it. It's not a great place to hang out. The color of the flower, maybe it's not right. Maybe you're not a big fan. But it just feels a lot better. The only thing, is there a way for me to change the tree? Or is it always, is it just metallic tree? Or bush? Oh, look at that though. Just walking through here, milling about. Love it. Shaking your head for real. You understand the complications of square buildings, but here's something to ponder. In these old city centers, the streets and their lanes are there because of the buildings around them, not the streets first. That's true. That's very true. I mean, that's one of the reasons I wanted to plop all these, and I forgot to add uses to these. Yeah, I mean, the reason why it's so square right here is A, Rome, and B, trying to just work with the game. But what the static ploppables mean to me is that doing this is much easier. And now we have the opportunity, like, I can make this a mixed office block. Like, that's like a big need is more employment. So now I can alternate. So I can go, okay, office for this one. And then the other side, we'll have some mixed commercial. And then I'll do high density right here. It's just so great. It's just like, I feel like for this kind of build, this is exactly what we needed. So this is now totally functional, and floating. And floating, but don't mind that. That was my fault. There we go. So you would really appreciate a CPP Biffa RCE showdown in CS2 with crazy challenges. I was at one point, no RCE. I was supposed to be in something with Biffa, and I made a terrible misjudgment. It was early in my City Skylines channel career. The Red Bull. Yeah, what was the name of it? Was that Red Bull Metropolis? It was a Red Bull competition, and they wanted me on camera, and I was like, nah. I'm pretty good not ever going on camera. And at the time, like, I was, working as a practicing planner. So it just like was not a practical thing for me at all. So I ended up hosting it and not participating. And it's one of I have like very few regrets with the channel, but that's one regret. Like, it seemed like Biffa had so much fun. You had no idea that I was meant to be in it? Yeah, I don't know that I ever told you. I was totally supposed to be in it. And they were like super into me being on camera. They were like, I was like, well, I don't really go on camera. I don't even have a camera. And they're like, don't worry, we'll send you a camera. I was like, I don't want to do that. So I turned it down, and they came back to me, Red Bull did, and they were like, okay, how's about you just act like the MC? You're the host of it. And I was like, okay, fine. It was the best time ever. Your wife even watched the whole thing and had a great laugh at you. So I watched the whole thing too, and it seemed like it was just so much fun. I know Biffa is not on camera, and so when Biffa was in it, I was like, that's when I realized you can negotiate whatever you want. And I failed to negotiate. I thought, this is what they said they wanted. There's no room to talk. You can always talk with people. You might as well ask. So stressful. It looked super stressful. That also made it fun though. Like, it just like super cool. So if we were to do something, I'd want it to be like that. I don't think that's really possible, because they actually had a special build of the game, like not of the game, but like a special competition thing that enabled disasters and whatnot. I know it was a while ago, but it was pretty neat. Ooh, did you guys see that? Okay, well, she walked right into here, taking selfies. There's activity. I'm into it. They're taking advantage of this place. Even if they're clipping through things, I don't really care. Super pumped. That is awesome. That's so cool. Biffa is so awesome. I agree. I love Biffa. I'm not just saying that because he's here. Legitimately, Biffa is one of the greatest creators, and really super helpful for me personally. Mr. Trash Can. You had a few hundred people float from one island to another. That's normal. It can be. The game looks so much better now. Nathan, the game is a ton better now. The modding scene is evolving rapidly. And ultimately, modding is what helps this game the most, in my opinion. I'm going to let you guys on Twitch vote for one quick thing. Biffa is how a streamer creator should be. Always positive and uplifting. That's one thing that I appreciate. particularly with regards to other creators. Like so I will say this, Biffa, when you first talked to me, I was like, I don't know why you're talking to me. You don't have to. So I appreciate that. And because of that, I've tried to take the same approach. It's been very nice. Barcelona inspiration, Rome, but it's very similar in terms of it. You'll stay for the poll? Okay. What transit? This is going to be the last thing that we do. I'll give you guys a minute and let you skew the vote, and I'll make it cheap. There you go. You had to dip out for a while? Did I see your super chat about City Builder? I did. And I do have it. In the meantime, Mr. Trashcan, I did not realize that you were raiding because I'm a fool and I missed it. Thank you, Raider. Thank you for the raid. Raiders, how was Mr. Trashcan? And how was stream? What were you guys playing? If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Phil. I run the channel City Planner Plays. Play a lot of Skylines and City Builders. So welcome in. What if you want a Subway? I think that the only Subway that a community with this size is the one that gives you sandwiches. That's about it. It's too small for a Subway. Like, from a cost standpoint. Eventually we'll get there. Whenever Paradox is quiet, we know they're working on something big. What are my speculations on what they're doing? I'm really not the right person to ask about that because I know too many things. So, is it speculation if I know things? It's not really speculation then. Then it's just me violating the NDA. Tram is superior. Yes, bus does make the most sense, but here's the thing. I'm not European, and you guys said, in particular, European said, in a city of this size, you'd have buses or trams. So I'm going to take your word for it, and if it's wrong, I'm going to also blame you guys. Do I work for Paradox now? No, absolutely not. And I would never. But I am privy to information that would make me a bad source for speculation. Yeah, no. I would I am quite fine not working for Paradox. One of those funny things though where I get asked that, like they'll be like, well, there are a number of comments that I think most in the Skylines community have been subjected to. A word that will ban you on many channels, the S word, which irritates most of us to no end. The shill word, which is a great way to make basically every content creator ever upset. Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm good. Blink twice if they work on CS2. I'll blink 300 times. Yeah, they're working on CS2. Don't mention City Skylines 3. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I better not tell people about that one. It's going to be such a great game. It's funny. I keep reading that. By the way, we're gonna add all the transit options. You guys wanted to go hard. We're going hard. Buses, trams. We got all our depots right here. Oh, and all loading onto this one spot. Perfect. Yeah, Skylines 3 is gonna be out of this world. Bark twice if I'm in Milwaukee. I can't remember the last time I was in Milwaukee. Oh, I screwed this up. I have it set up so that it could never stop in front of the train station. Which is not awesome. It should probably swing down here. So I have a loop. I'm just a pretty basic loop, but I'll have it come down here. The only problem then is, I guess the buses come in this way. That actually might be good because I want to clear that up. Fewer conflicts this way. So it extends the length of the loop. It'll be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, he lost it. I've lost it. Why would I need to stop at the station when the terminal is across the street? Because I can't run the tram through here. I guess I could place it right here. The tram would, so think of the train station as an arterial. This is the local service. We had no collector. I have a very dadly laugh. Is that a compliment or is that offensive? I don't know. That's like little behind the scenes stuff. I had an ad that's going to be in a video soon. And one of the instructions that I had is not to sound millennial. And I didn't even know what that meant, but I was immediately offended. It's like, what does it mean to not sound millennial? I am a millennial. I'm an elder millennial. How do I not sound millennial? I don't know what that means. Dad equals wholesome? Sometimes. Yeah, I asked my kids what it meant not to sound millennial, and they told me not to sound cringe. And I was like, so wait, millennials are now cringe. I didn't realize that. I guess it's the natural order of things. But yeah. Well, so that's what I said. I was like, so I have to sound like a Zoomer or a Gen Alpha, and I could just like skibbity riz all over the ad and like, Roblox it up. Like I said, what am I supposed to say? And they just like died. Millennials are cringe now, finally. I think we've always been cringe. But now there's someone calling us out for it. And to specifically be called out like that, it was especially painful for me. But also, I don't really care. Saying skibbity riz at any age should be the height of cringe. Maybe that is millennial cringe. I'm still trying to figure it out. I will at some point. Every single person is cringe at some point, indeed. We've all got a little bit of cringe in us. Whenever you think of millennial aesthetic, you think of Shrek Rumpelstiltskin meme. Fair. Fair. You're so old, you remember a PC before dial-up? Me too. So this should have been before my time, but we went to a thrift store and picked up a Commodore 64 and a box of magazines that taught you how to code for it. And one of my first computer experiences was coding tic-tac-toe on the Commodore 64. And be like, wow, if that is what it takes to make a video game, I never want to make video games. That is miserable. Your first PC was a used Commodore 64? Yeah, mine too. And then we upgraded the Apple IIe, or is it 2C? What do we have after that? I had an old was it an X486? Just running DOS, old tower. First PC was a Radio Shack Tandy 1. I had not thought about either Radio Shack or Tandy in forever. Gotta get the kids to be. Take it easy. Hey, Amiga. Biffa, thank you for being here, buddy. Good to see you. Have a good night. Enjoy the beer. Unless it's gone, enjoy another. Or be responsible and don't. One of the two. I'm first generation millennial. You were late millennial. I am late millennial. I am 39. So yeah, I'm an old millennial, elder millennial. Don't place tram stops so close to nodes or they will break the tram. Well, let's see. Well, I am breaking the tram. You're right. No, that was awesome. That was amazing. Okay. That's not great. We'll try this. I'll reach milestones by placing all the tram stops. Okay. Are you broken? You are still broken. You are doing broken things. Oh. I think as much as I want to fix this, I've got some bad news. I've got some very bad news. I just heard my door, which means that I think I have to leave in a moment. Hold on. Don't put tram stops close to so-called junctions or Biffa will come and drop me a tea. Thankfully, Biffa wasn't here to see this. Because they're doing all sorts of nasty things, all sorts of bad things. I don't even know what's going on. We've got to go back to the drawing board on these. I'm going to get rid of these two stops and just see. They're way too close anyway. I bus stopped them to one close. The town's not very big. I mean, just reasonably. So having this, I mean, this was stupid. We're on either side of this. We get like that's ridiculous. Walk a block. You're going to be fine. So reasonably, I could just decrease the density of these and hopefully fix all of this and not make Biffa mad. That's better. I think that's better. I'm going to say this and then cut through the green space. Cut through the green space? What green space? Right here? Or do you mean right here? Run it off the side of the cliff? We could do that. I've got bad news, guys. I think I've got to go. My kids are here, and I got to say hello to them before they end up on stream. Van Arken, thank you so much for 16 months of the tier 1. Family is safe, happy, and healthy. Viscarina, thank you so much for that 7 months of the tier 1. Ring loves me. Thank you so much for 18 months. Peaches Melba, thank you for 13. I think I do have to go. Indeed. That's one way to go. Wait. I don't know why this is happening, and it makes me very unhappy. Very unhappy. Very unhappy. So yes, I'm back. Welcome back so we can raid somebody. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened. That is very frustrating. It keeps happening, but only on this PC at home. I'm going to try to figure it out. Um, you know what? I think I've earned this. This is what this means. It's when I crash randomly. The funny thing is, I'm just looking at chat, telling you guys I've got to leave, and it's just, I guess you really had to leave. Raid Moose now. We can raid Moose. I just feel bad because at this point, now I don't even know how many people are here. It's telling me 0. Oh, 400. There's more people here than there was before. Guys. No, I feel terrible. Hold on. Before we raid somebody, I'll show you what we've worked on. And I'll tell you the other thing I wanted to tell you before I was so rudely cut off. So we built a total of 3 blocks. We built, I guess we filled in this. So we built this courtyard, and thankfully all the people have decided to stop watching tennis. So we used the service blocks to place a tennis court in the middle of this courtyard and added some paths so people walk through the buildings to observe tennis with their dogs. So that's why we've got 14 dogs and 2 people here watching a tennis court that is empty. So it still looks cool. I still dig that. Right here, we've got a mixed use office building. So basically we grabbed the service blocks and placed residential office mixed use in here. Not super active. Probably need to add some stuff out front and do what we did over here, which is have a gigantic mixed use building. We were able to activate this by adding parks right here. So this is that same service block park. We've added that, and so people are walking through here. And then we added some of the zoning blocks inside of these tents, so people during the right times of day, which right now it's not. Let's see. If I force the time to be 9 a.m., we should start to see a bunch of people streaming in here. You can see right there. Now they're walking in to go and check out these areas. So turned out really well. It's super cool. Very, very appreciative that this mod exists, or these 3 mods exist. We also made a death care building. So this is basically a super death care building. It can process 1,000 bodies a month and store over 4,000, and it has 10 hearses. It's the elementary school. So that's what we were up to. That's what we've done today. We've made these things, and I think they're pretty cool. You love the ploppable blocks? They're a real game changer. I completely agree, Steve. I completely agree. They completely transform things. We also added in a tram that just kind of loops around here. My guess, we didn't really look at utilization. Not great. The funny thing is, 608 per month. It's basically empty right now. That's fine though. So anyway, lots of work to do here still. I probably am going to. You guys asked about doing building cities for pleasure off camera. It'll probably be this. I'm gonna try to flesh out more of this off camera, and the next time we come, hopefully we'll have more blocks out this way. We'll see. Morbid? I do say it is morbid. Anyway, Twitch, can we give YouTube some hearts? And on Twitch, we'll go and raid. Probably go raid Moose or Canadian. I'm gonna let you guys decide on Twitch. Then we got some hearts for YouTube. Who to raid? Moose, Canadian. Both are Canadian, and both are amazing. So YouTube, I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys for real this time. Thank you for dealing with me being the struggle. Darth Frostbite, thank you for the tier 1 over on Twitch. Have a good night. I'm very well. might come back on Twitch only after the kids are in bed to play some Mario Kart. And we'll just have some fun with that. And if you happen to be around, then maybe I'll add some people and we'll just play Mario Kart together. So follow me on Twitch if you are considering that. We'll see. We'll see. No promises, but maybe. And now I say goodbye to YouTube. Bye-bye, YouTube. And let's see. Canadian has crushed it. So we're heading over to see Canadian. So give me 1 second, everybody, and we'll send over that way. Am I allowed to stream Nintendo games? I'm pretty sure if I stream Mario Kart, Nintendo will come to my house. They'll drag me out the front door and lock me up in Nintendo prison. It's a rumor, but it comes from I've got it on I got good information that's probably the case. Okay. 125 people are in here. Let's go over there. Steve, thank you so much for staying around. Mario Tennis Jail. We'll see you guys over there. Thank you all so much for being here. See you next time. And it'll probably be a long one. Bye-bye.